It doesn't matter what brings on the craving, bone-chilling weather, touch of the flu, a pang of nostalgia. Chicken soup is the answer. It is perhaps the only comfort food considered by foodists to possess actual medicinal powers. And now, for some powerful medicine, we will go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Number 2, chicken soup. Famous 4th Street Deli, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
People absolutely come to the restaurant just for the famous chicken soup. Kind of has built its own clientele.
It's so good.
There is no second place.
One of the most popular things that we hear is just like my grandmother made. You know, I think it brings them back to childhood.
When you eat something like this, it reminds you of the past, parents, grandparents, and it's a good feeling.
Chicken soup possesses some very good medicinal quality. And I have to tell you, when I was a kid and we were sick, that's the only thing we were allowed to eat, chicken soup.
The soup may have made the deli famous, but the venerable restaurant was actually on the verge of closing when Russ came to the rescue.
Famous 4th Street Delicatessen has been in Philadelphia since 1923. I purchased it from the original family 5 years ago, and it needed a makeover, and that's what I did. I come from the Jewish delicatessen business in New York. My family had stores all around Brooklyn. I wanted to bring it back to what a traditional Jewish delicatessen was, offering more than corned beef and lox. We brought in traditional favorites of the Jewish deli, stuffed cabbage, breaded veal chop, flanken, brisket dinners, things that belong but just weren't done.
The revamped menu included a classic deli delight, chicken soup.
Chicken matzo ball soup is a very traditional part of the Jewish menu. The chicken soup recipe has been around my family for a long time, but the way I present it today, that has a little different spin to it. The chicken soup is made in 2 stages. First, we actually make the soup from scratch, and then the later part is where we actually assemble the soup to send it out to the customer. For the assembly of our famous soup, we're going to start out with kasha varnishkes, or what some people call kasha and bow ties. Then we go to the rice. We throw in a couple spoons of the rice. These are the carrots that were actually cooked in the large pot of chicken soup. This is the chicken that was cooked with the soup that we pulled right off the bone. We have the bow tie noodles. Then we put the kreplach. The best description for kreplach is like a Jewish wonton. It's a dough with chopped up beef, usually brisket. And then we add the matzo ball, and then this is a half-gallon pot, so once we put all the ingredient in, then we're going to fill it up with the chicken soup.
Holy mackerel. Wow. Look at that matzo ball.
The matzo ball is a focal point of the famous chicken soup. We make them very large.
The matzo ball anchors the soup and gives it that rich, starchy, comforting substance to it. It satisfies. It fills you up.
It's not a matzo ball, it's a softball.
I use one giant one because I think it's more impressive to the plate. I think when people look at it, it's something that they remember. The famous chicken soup is usually not served to one person. It's a fun thing. We bring over this big half-gallon bowl to the table, and people just start digging in. I think the famous chicken soup, for many people, it's a memorable product. It's a product that they grew up with. I think they enjoy eating it. It's a big meal for not a lot of money, and I think it's kind of happy food. It's why they come in.